Hey everybody, Quinn Myers here, broker and owner at Pure San Diego Real Estate based out of Crown Point, Pacific Beach, San Diego. You can see that behind me there from the aerial view. It's first week in July 2023, and as often as we can, we like to give you a market update specifically for Crown Point and Sail Bay within Pacific Beach. We've got kind of a diversity enough of properties within the area where it can be a good proxy to look at the greater zip code 92109, which is Pacific Beach and Mission Beach, also the city of San Diego, and also the county of San Diego. But obviously, specifically for owners and people interested in buying in Crown Point and Sail Bay, this will be very pertinent information for you. So let's get into it. Let's see. All right, so what we're looking at is a special part of our website where we keep track of this information. So you don't necessarily need to watch this video to see the information. You can go right on our website, soldbyq.com, and hit the Crown Point button. And here you've got our stats and price trends at the top. We keep a list of local Crown Point and Sail Bay contractors and trusted local pros. And then we've also got some community tour videos and overviews, which should be helpful to you. But we're going to click this top one saying stats. And this is the information that we're going to be going through in this video. So this top one is your median sold price per square foot, taken every quarter since the first quarter of 2020. And so this is for all the homes within the past second quarter of 2023. There were 22 homes that sold. You take the interior square footage, you divide that through the sold price, and you get your price per square foot for all the different properties, and we take the median, or to make it simple, roughly the average of those that sold. And so for this second quarter, that's what this far right node is here on the graph. Our median sold price per square foot for all the 22 homes that sold in this past second quarter was $993. Why this is interesting is you can see this trend all the way back from the beginning of COVID in 2020, and how specifically for Crown Point and Sail Bay, all the properties that have sold for each quarter and what that looks like. So although, and what we keep track of most often is flashback 1 year to this closed second quarter of 2022, how does our value compare to that number? And the answer to that is, obviously we've come down from that market peak, but we've come down 4.5%. So from this clear market peak, when we've come down with interest rates coming up, we're now headed back up, but we're still not to where that market peak was. So although you see that, property values came down 4.5% over the past year, what that doesn't show is the curve of this graph, which was the previous quarter, first quarter of 2023, finished at $893 a foot. We've come up since then. We've actually come up 11.2%. So in one quarter, the market's come up that 11.2%. And the other feel-good number is you go back to the trough all the way of peak COVID, the quarter ending third quarter of 2020. We've actually come up 52% since about 3 years ago, since that closed quarter. So that is a pretty wild run-up that you can see through COVID to this peak. And then with interest rates coming up and things settling down a little bit, us coming back up. And here from that 4.5% number is shown here. This is that percent change in median value compared to the previous year, same quarter of the previous year. So this is the change in value over the year. And that peak was in 1 year, a 37.6% increase in value. And that was for the quarter closing second quarter of 2022. And you can see the numbers change here. So we're still negative. First quarter, we were negative at 4.5% negative. I'm expecting, if we continue this trend, unless something dramatic changes, see third quarter of 2022, when we get to third quarter close, the quarter that we're currently in 2023, we're going to see us jump back into positive numbers comparatively. So that'll be nice to see. Next graph, median days on market for each quarter. We were in the 15 to 20 range. And then the craziness of the COVID sales cycle, we were between that 5 and 10 range, back up with interest rates to the 15 to 20. And now we're back at this past close quarter at 6. That is the days from when a property gets listed to when the property accepts an offer and goes pending. So median is 6 days for this past quarter. And then total homes sold. Still low at 22, but we're seeing that trend come back up from 15. That would be the trough of the past 3 years. First quarter of 2023 was 15. So interesting to see. Obviously, encourage you to get on this page yourself so you can digest this data. Everybody's brain works a bit differently, so the way I'm describing it might not make any sense to you, but feel free to send questions and interested thoughts on these graphs and trends. But inevitably what comes up, the question that comes up with reviewing data like this is, give me some real time, let me see a property, let me see something that speaks specifically to this information. And so as an example, this past close quarter, $993 per square foot as a sold median. What is a property that's similar to that? So we can see kind of what an average property is that's sold within this quarter. And I've got 2 of them, and they straddle either side of that sold price per square foot number. And they're actually in the same community, which is strange enough. And they've both sold obviously within this past second quarter, 2023. And so they are in the Riviera Shores community at 3916 Riviera. I'll give you a view that gives you an idea. Obviously, this is Crown Point looking south, SeaWorld, Coronado Bridge, and this is that 3916 Riviera Drive, Riviera Shores community. So they both sold within that community. And let me pull up that info. So 3916 Riviera Drive, unit number 206. We're also going to look at unit number 307. Both of these are the ones that meet that median value. So this one sold at about $963 per square foot. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,250 square foot condo unit within this community, sold in 4 days market time. And what's interesting about both of these condos, normally within this community, most of the condos have a pretty significant view. Neither of these do. So that's really what causes these condos, although they're on the bay and have easy access to the bay, the reason why both of them sold at that average price point. Get an idea of condition. I'm going to filter through some of these pictures. Obviously, you can look at these pictures on Zillow whenever you'd like. The view is the interesting part. So it has kind of a peak view from the balcony, which I'll show you here. So if you're standing in the balcony and looking between the 2 buildings in the corner, you have a little bit of view of the water, but no significant view. The other one within the community, and this is just random that the both that are the closest to that median sold price are in the same community. This one is unit number 307. This doesn't even face west towards the water whatsoever. Original kitchen condition, you can see here. This one sold in 7 days, 1 bedroom, 1 bath unit, 660 square feet, relatively, definitely original condition, and looks east. So that's your view from your bedroom, and similar view from your living room. Looks east over Riviera Drive. Another inevitable question. Let's see the best price per square foot sold unit within this time period, and this would be this one. And this is an interesting one because this is along Riviera Drive, single family home, sold for $2.2 million, which is equivalent to a $1,600 price per interior square foot. It's only a 1,350 square foot home, 3445 Riviera Drive, sold in 5 days. Obviously the value here is in the land, but you can get an idea on the view this parcel has. That's from the front porch. Old, original 1940s build home, and the value's in the land. They're going to tear this down or put a second story on and make it 3,000 or 4,000 square feet. But to give you an idea, within this quarter, this is the highest price per square foot at $1,600 a foot. And then last question, of course, I always get, what is the most expensive home that sold in this quarter? And that was this one, 3566 Crown Point Drive. So this faces east over the bay towards Fiesta Island. There's a decent view of that. There's the home. There's Crown Point Drive. There's the main park that looks out over that east bay. And there's Fiesta Island, of course. Pretty interesting home here with that cantilever over the driveway. This was a 3,000, how many square feet? 3,413 square feet, sold for $3.145 million. That's $921 per square foot. Nice little rooftop deck here. So I hope this was helpful to you. I want to keep it as short as possible. The biggest piece of information are these market stats. Clients, friends, Crown Point lovers, people interested in the neighborhood, love to review these because it gives you a direct piece of information on how trends are within Crown Point and Sail Bay. My name is Quinn Myers. My team and I spend the majority of our time on a daily basis looking at all of the market activity within Crown Point and Sail Bay. This is where our office is. This is where we work. This is where we live. This is what we love to do. So don't hesitate anytime. Reach out to us, 619-786-7361. Again, Quinn Myers, broker and owner at Pure San Diego Real Estate, based out of Crown Point, San Diego. Take care. Have a great day. Thanks.